Hello there, this is Austin Iyan welcoming you to yet another edition of the Lagos Transportation Agenda, where we highlight current events, topical issues and trends in the dynamic world of transportation. An important component of traffic management and transportation policy in Lagos State is the work of ensuring and enhancing vehicle quality to make sure that we have a better motoring experience in the state. And that is a mandate of the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA. Today on the show, I have the General Manager of MVAA with me, Mrs Lape Kilanko, to discuss the mandate, activities, achievements, and projections of the agency. Welcome to the show, madam.
Thank you.
All right. The GM of MVAA will be discussing, as I said, the activities, the mandates, the achievements and projections of the agency on the show today after this timeout as LTA continues. Welcome back. It's Mrs. Lape Kilanko, the General Manager of the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA, on the Lagos Transportation Agenda today. Let me start by asking you, madam, as I said in my intro, your work is to ensure and enhance vehicle quality in order to achieve a better motoring experience in Lagos. What has been the experience so far? What is the core mandate of MVAA?
Thank you. Motor Vehicle Administration Agency was established in 2007 by the House of Assembly, and the core mandate is to develop and implement sustainable policies on motor vehicle documentation and other related matters.
Yes.
And we have this mandate being carried out by 7 departments and 5 units in the agency.
All right. And so over the years, what would you count as your most important achievements so far?
Well, for me, I've been able to improve on what I met on ground.
Okay.
We have done more of automation of our processes.
Yes.
And that's a very key ingredient in the performance of the agency.
Yeah.
We have also improved on the service delivery through provision of enabling and conducive environment for the staff.
Okay.
We have enlarged our scope by creation of many other stations for our services to be accessible by the good people of Lagos State. We have improved other relationship with our key stakeholders, and we have also made our services known to the public through advocacy and enlightenment.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And what have been the challenges so far?
Wow.
And how were you able to surmount them?
Like, you know, our services, we don't have monopoly of our services.
Okay.
Like, you can get your vehicle license anywhere in the country, and of course you can drive in any part of the country. It's not only vehicle that we do here, we also have our driver's licenses. So we have the issue of lack of uniformity in our processes.
Within the state?
Not in the states.
Okay.
In the country.
In the country, okay.
I have my own process, other states have their own process, different processes. So come with different processes, you can't do what you really want to do because you need their cooperation,
yes,
you need their input, and the system you're operating at, they may not operate it in other states.
Okay.
And at the same time, other states their vehicle, they can ply our roads.
Yes.
Let me take issue of change of ownership now.
Okay.
The process we're using here, they are not using it in other states. And it is affecting the way we change our own change of ownership
in Lagos State.
So there is need for us to have uniformity in the state, in the whole of the country, not just in Lagos now.
State, yeah.
We must have a common port where I can access the information of all other states' vehicle owners.
Yeah.
But this is not there yet. We're not yet there now. So the problem is still there. So what we're doing now is to go on talking with other important stakeholders in the state. Thank God we have joint tax board, where you have other states motor vehicle licensing board. Being there, we meet together, but it is still not there. Yes, it is not. It's not yet there yet. We have federal road safety. If we have issue, we can always go there, go to them and discuss. So, first and foremost is having a uniform process, so that when you get to Lagos, is what you meet in Lagos is what you get in Ogun. But that's not the issue there. But we still continue talking to each other, so that we can meet at midpoint and we can resolve issues. But with all these challenges, there are also ways we get out of it. The major thing is we talk to our stakeholders. Then automation of our processes is also helping in curbing all these activities that we are talking about.
All right, let's just get into some specifics now. Among the vehicles you regulate are also articulated vehicles. So what of the for example, you have the articulated and allied number plate system that you've put in place.
Articulated number plates.
Articulated number plates. So what effect has that had in since it was implemented?
This was launched in 2020. And of course, we call all the stakeholders, the big industry with the articulated number, articulated vehicles. You are talking about tankers, long trailers, those vehicles that you can detach the head from the body. Of course, before introducing the plates, normally they use a red plate. And of course, commercial vehicles use red plate. It's easy for any vehicle to change the red plate to another. But now it is not even a state policy, it's a national policy. When we launched ours in 2020, I think about 2 states, they've already done that. And we told them, this is what you do. When you want to renew your vehicle, that's when you change into the new plate. COVID came, we couldn't do so many things. And of course, the neighboring states, they have not launched their own. And so instead of them changing into the articulated plate as agreed, they went, of course, applicants went to other places. They went to neighboring states, Ogun, Oyo, and they can still change, they can still use the old plate. Much more
easily than
changing into the new plate. So we have that issue with the articulated number plate, but it's encouraging, but it's not as what we expected, because they have alternative. They can go to other states and continue using just the red plate instead of the articulated
which
number
means
plates.
More advocacy, more dialogue with
other states, with neighboring states, so that we can also work towards a common goal. And bring about some uniformity in the process. In the system.
What about the temporary vehicle tag that you took for new vehicles coming into Lagos State?
Okay, the temporary vehicle tag, that's TVT we call it. It's part of the national law, which says that a vehicle should not drive without any form of identification on it. Of course, why the identification? If you have a vehicle without any form of number plate, of course, you can't you can't attach this vehicle to any particular person.
Exactly.
And of course, that vehicle can perpetuate any evil,
And just
you
get it.
cannot
Can't identify.
Of course, you can identify it. We see that as a challenge. We know we are facing a lot of security challenges in the country.
Yes.
And in that law also provides that we give a tag. We call it temporary because after 30 days, you can only renew for just another 30 days before you take a permanent registration. And we see this at this time that this country we need to be security conscious, and at the same time to implement the law, not just in our own agency, but in the national transport law.
Yes.
So we introduced the tag, and of course the tag didn't work the way we thought it will. There is another one. We have gone into collaboration with Nigeria Port Authority now, and we're hoping by middle of this month,
okay, that
the tag will take off fully for implementation. What we are saying is no vehicle should be on Lagos Road without any form of identification. And of course, if you are not ready to register your vehicle now for permanent registration, then take a tag. Take a temporary
tag. Yes, while you are working out that process.
Yes, while you are working to get a permanent tag. In that tag, it will show the kind of car, the model, the year, the chassis number, and even we get the name of the importer. Okay. So we have history of that particular vehicle. Even after using a temporary vehicle tag, we can
simply use that information.
Of course, use the information. And if they get a permanent tag, we can even see the history of that tag.
Yes.
Then it's also easy to track vehicles that are stolen vehicle brought into the country.
Yes.
We can track it. And of course, security. Any vehicle that is going on the road, you know this vehicle belongs to this person.
Wonderful. All right, when we come back on the show, we'll continue the conversation with the GM of MVAA, Mrs Lape Kilanko, on the activities and mandate of the MVAA. Please stay tuned.
Great economies are built on good transportation network. This is why Lagos State Government through LAMATA has been working tirelessly to enhance the state's transport infrastructure and implement the Strategic Transport Master Plan (STMP) for Lagos and create a world-class transport network for the metropolis. The STMP would deliver 6 rail lines, 1 monorail, 14 BRT routes, 26 water transport routes, 3 cable car routes, and several road interventions to promote the integration of the transport modes. When all these projects are completed, there will be lower emission, leading to better health for all, lower road crashes, better quality of life, and faster economic growth. With the BRT already running in some corridors, jetties being upgraded, and rail line from Okokomaiko to CMS coming on board soon, life of Lagosians in the face of Lagos is changing every day. A healthier and more prosperous Lagos is in the making, and LAMATA is driving it. LAMATA, keeping Lagos moving.
If you're just joining, it's the Lagos Transportation Agenda. And on the show today, we are engaging Mrs. Lape Kilanko, the General Manager of the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA. You were talking before we went for break about those challenges you are facing. And one of those challenges is the activities of fraudsters, people who peddle fake number plates and so on. So how, just throw more light on how you've been able to checkmate those activities.
Thank you. Like I said earlier, we have issue of fake documentation, and we've been able to curtail or minimize through automation. Not only that, we recognize that not everybody will have the time to come down to our station, and if you want to use a third party, we have recognized that there are some people before the agency was established, that they've been into it. We have gone through their records.
Yes.
And we've gone further to do security check on them. We now appoint them as, we call them client representative, which means they are licensed to deal with people on our behalf.
Okay. We
have list of them, and they have association. If there's anybody going out of the way, they know how they caution each other. Or for people like that, if we have warned them and they have not listened to us, we blacklist and take them out.
Yes.
As our client rep.
Definitely.
That's what we do. Also, we have also introduced through other agencies of government. We have also used technology now. Technology in such a way that they can detect fake vehicle license through MOT agency, that is vehicle inspection services.
Yes.
If you tell us that your vehicle license is from Ogun State, they have a way of verifying such, and they have other platform where we can verify fake licenses.
Yes.
Also, we have collaboration with Federal Road Safety. It's not only vehicle license that my agency is involved with, we also have driver's license.
Yes.
We cannot enforce, but they know what a vehicle license looks like.
Yes.
So they can say this is not the right vehicle license. They know how to do that. And there are also technology that we have employed by the state, that we can check about fake papers around us.
Okay.
If you are driving with fake, let's say expired now, let's not say fake now, expired or even fake licenses, they have employed technology, cameras around the state. If you are driving to expired vehicle, they will stop you. And of course, we want to minimize interaction with the public. That's why they have employed cameras and other technologies. Yes. But where you have to have interactions, they also have hand machines that they can use in determining if your vehicles are genuine or not.
Yes.
That they can do. The only thing we can do here is where you have issue of stolen vehicles or loss of vehicles. What we do is to flag down that number in any of our stations to say this vehicle has been stolen. Please don't re-register such vehicle. We can do that for you.
Wonderful.
But where you are not paying, you are driving with expired vehicle, we can do the enforcement. The VIS or the Federal Road Safety or the police will do the enforcement for us. Okay,
you mentioned driver's license as one of the duties you carry out.
Yeah.
Now, the complaint that we normally hear about the process is that, oh, it takes too long and so on. You talked about automation of process, which has reduced the time frame. By how much? I mean, what is the success rate so far since you started implementing?
The process rate now, to get it within 2 weeks, if you have done the needful.
Oh, wow.
You know, in filling your form, if you don't fill it well, or you don't give the right information, that can delay you.
Okay.
We have issue of people not filling the form right. You know, you can fill online, or you can come down to the station. If you fill online and you didn't fill well, you know, we need to get across to you. And if you don't put the right phone number, the right address, we'll not be able to get across to you. So these are the things.
Which one do you encourage? Coming to the office or online?
You can do any. It's not everybody that have the time to come to our office.
Yes.
So you do it online.
Okay.
So when you do online, then we just come there to check if you have paid. You give us necessary information, and the time to come and do your capturing and all that. And
Oh.
when the driver's license is ready, you'll be called to come and pick it up.
Wonderful.
We have over 140 stations around the state, but there is this center we call one-stop center. In some station, you can just have for driver's license, for procurement of driver's license. In substation, you can only renew your vehicle license and all that. But in one-stop center, you have all the services of the agency under one roof. In our one station, we also have another government agency, maybe like Drivers Institute,
Yes.
those training commercial, we have it there.
Okay.
You can have so many allied government agencies in our station.
Using your...
Is one-stop center is like a supermarket where you can get all our services.
Wonderful.
Unlike other stations where you could just have one. Here you get all our services under one roof, and that makes our services to be effective. There is no time, you can't waste time. The accessibility is there, prompt service is there, getting all the services under one roof is there, and it's also cost effective.
Okay.
Where you, instead of having so many,
Going to one place
yes,
or the
moving
other.
from one place to another.
Wonderful.
That's the purpose of it.
Okay, I dare say that the success of your agency also depends on the cooperation of the people, those who consume your services. So now is the time to talk to them and see and tell them what they need to do to make your job easier and more effective to your people.
Thank you. Lagosians, I just want to appeal to you. You are the king because you are our clients, you are our customers. We just want you to give us the necessary support for us to give you the best service that you are paying for. It is your money that we're using, the taxpayers' money, for all these offices. Let us help us to maintain them, because I can still remember during the answers, one of the one-stop centers was vandalized.
Whoa.
At Ikoton. It's still there. It's this taxpayers' money. It's your money. Please help us to keep all these buildings, this asset of the government, and at the same time, let us obey all the rules. If you know you don't have a driver's license, please don't drive, because if you drive, then you can have accident, and the safety of all the people on the road are affected. It will reduce road crashes on our road. And of course, we are appealing to all our stakeholders. Let us bring the correct documentation. Correct documentation. That's why we know that some people are outside there. Among the 12 disciples, we have Judas. Judas will always be there. But we are telling them that we are up to the task to remove the Judas. Please let us be obedient to the rules and regulations. Let us obey the rules and regulations so that we can serve you well. Thank you very much.
And thank you too, Mrs Lape Kilanko, General Manager, MVAA. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And thank you to you watching for being with us up to this point, the program. And I hope you join us next week at this time on this same channel for yet another important discussion on the Lagos transportation agenda. Until then, this is Austin Enyang, your host, saying, stay safe, obey the rules as the General Manager has said, and God bless. Bye-bye.